A common question I get from our clients is what is the best way to identify who has changed a particular part or drawing or have deleted a specific component in the project? And the solution usually is to look at the revisions. So ShipConstructor contains revisions or creates revisions for absolutely all the changes that happen in the ShipConstructor project. And using the revision manager, you can pretty much see all the revisions that are created in the project. So you can easily see which drawings are created, which ones are deleted, what parts are modified, when they're modified, as well as who modifies them. As well as in the revision manager, we have many ways that you can filter from the types of information you want, the types of drawings or parts, from a specific duration that you require, as well as many ways that you can actually filter down information. But this is only gives you sometimes a little too much information, and you want a little bit more of a concise set of what actually specific information has been changed and not duplicate information. So for example, this arrangement drawing, which I changed on a particular date at 2 different times, in essence, I would want this to be 1 item rather than 2 items. So one feature that we've implemented for the enterprise platform and which is currently available through the Advantage Pack is what we call task. So task is going to be used in the enterprise platform to drive and be the input on the creation of from the information hub. But one additional benefit that you get from task is that you can actually have a better way of managing and viewing what changes a particular user has done in the project. So an easy way to start it up currently is just to use the command line of SE Advantage Pack Task Manage. And this is where it gives you all the tasks that you have in your project. Currently, I have none. So this is where you would create your task, and these tasks are components that people are actually doing actions on your project. So for example, it could be build double bottom. It can be build system A, as well as it could be an ECO that you have a change request, ECO 3456. So as a task is created, you can also assign them to specific users, allowing only specific users to assign themselves to a specific task. So if we click here, this gives me all the users that I have in my project. So for this one, I might want to just assign it to myself. These other ones could either be Bill or Blair, would have the option of doing it, and so forth. So you can really constrain who actually has the ability to assign themselves to that task. So when you actually assign your tasks and create your tasks, it's now the users can actually, when they start ShipConstructor, can assign themselves to a task. And what this does is that once you assign yourself to a task, is that now everything that happens in ShipConstructor, every modification they do is associated to that task. So all the revisions that we already created, it's using the same technology. It's simply that those revisions are associated to that task which was assigned to that particular person. And a task can have multiple people, so you can have multiple people assigned to the same task making modifications, and all those changes will be aggregated when you actually start viewing the changes that are going to be happening. So here I'm just going to assign myself to a task. If you didn't see what I did, I just ran SE Advantage Pack task select. So I'm going to assign myself to this active task. It turns bold, being my current task. So now I'm going to go through ShipConstructor and make some quick changes in the project so that when I actually view the changes in my task manager, I can actually see what how it is actually different than the revision history. Okay, I think I'm done making some changes. So just to recap, I inserted a check valve inline to a system, which broke the pipes, added some flanges, as well as created some parts that I need to create. And then I created a play part, deleted a play part, and modified a play part. So in different types of drawings. So what we'll first look at is how these changes are reflected in the revision manager. So if we open up the revision manager and just look at the changes from today to today that are assigned to myself, this is how the current changes that I've done look in the revision manager. So it has the parts that were created, the ones that were modified, the parts that I have actually deleted, and you can see multiple instances of those parts of why revisions were triggered. So this becomes quite um, detailed information, which sometimes I need to get to, but sometimes you don't. So let's actually now look at what we can get from the task manager. So again, they're using the same technology, just a different way of representing the information. So if we go to the task manager, you can see that my task, which is the ECO 3456, is still in progress. I could complete it, but I don't have to. That I can actually at any time see the changes that I have done for this task. And again, this is only assigned to myself. However, if it was assigned to multiple people and multiple people are making changes to this task, when I show the changes, it will aggregate all the information into this view. So in this view, you can see that it gives me a much more condensed view of the changes that I've had. So it lists the drawings that have been changed, the two drawings that I've changed, the pipe and the structural drawing. Tells me that they've been modified. If they've been created, it would list to be created here, as well as all the pipe parts that have been created, and the one that has been modified, which was the original pipe part, as well as the structure parts that I modified, created, as well as deleted. And then I also have the task name that have made those changes, and as well as some filters if I only want to view the drawings or if I just want to view the parts, allows me to show the changes there. So using tasks and task managers, you can get a very comprehensive and concise view of the changes a particular user has done to the ShipConstructor project. So this still leverages the information from the revisions. However, it has some additional functionality of assigning a user-specific task, as well as knowing what changes have actually happened. So hopefully this gives you a good view of the differences between using the task manager as well as the revision manager.